good day. So we lost, first of all, we lost the wallet, Dave's wallet. Second, the electricity system broke.
Okay, I got the wallet back. And yes, we have a problem with this connector. It came with too thin a wire and it actually burned through the wire. And I'm not in a position right now to properly repair it, but I'm going to do something that I think will last. The average person spends 44 minutes with their dog every day. For Kaya, that's the amount of time we're not with her in the van.
Here is the lookout, Terra National Park.
We are at Blue Hill Lookout. Blue Hill Lookout is not a trail, but a quick lookout at the highest point in Terra Park.
Terra Nova is Canada's most easterly national park. It's a magical place where land and sea compete for your attention.
This park has lots of trails, but this lookout doesn't involve any hiking. You just drive here.
This morning we're hiking on Coastal Trail in Terra Nova National Park.
And this is not one of the hard hikes. It's a coastline at a visit center. It's about 9.5 long. Yesterday we had a pouring rain all day and the temperature was very low. So today in the morning the weather is very good. The bugs have not come out yet because it's still pretty cold. But they will, I believe, this afternoon. They have so many trails. Probably 100 kilometers of trails here. They have a washroom and shower. It's so quiet.
It smells really fresh. Probably because of all that rain.
And yeah, Kaya's lost patience and waiting for me. They go everywhere. They wanted to climb to somewhere. Yeah, it's a waterfalls. She's exploring. Our water is too fast for her.
She did walk to the edge and have a drink.
Hey, there she is.
Isn't that good girl?
We got to this national park chair. So last time, that one that two chairs Dave couldn't sit on because
They were wet, but I posed with them.
Yeah. So we hiked to the Newman Sound campground in the park. And yesterday we were here. We did laundry here. Didn't recognize that at all. I'm sitting here and watching a show.
Kaya,
You gotta perform, Kaya.
what was show? Good girl, good girl. Kaya, speak. Can you speak louder? Okay, Kaya.
Kiss.
Kiss. Okay. Speak. Yeah. Good girl. Yes, that's my girl.
Oh, the end. That's it. So we did the whole trail from visitor center to Newman Sound Day use area. 9.5 kilometers. I don't think it would use 3 hours. We're back. This is the bridge. Kaya got very excited when she got on the bridge today in the morning. But right now, we'll see if she's getting excited.
This feels more like pulling
No,
back.
she's not. Oh, she was dancing and jumping on the bridge when she first got on.
At the visitor center, they have a spectacular marine touch tank. In it, they are cycling through water directly from the ocean. It is absolutely frigid cold.
Not a porcupine. They're not.
It's not that prickly.
Where's the mouse? Is it here?
Oh, is that it? Yeah, I guess it would be.
Oh, this one. Purple.
Oh.
It hasn't developed yet.
Or you broke off some fingers.
Come on. Come on.
Oh.
This water is super, super cold. And on his dear life.
Yeah.
Pretty. See?
Hmm.
Yeah, look at this one. Purple. Purple crab. Yeah.
So we stayed at this pullout in Charlottetown, Newfoundland, last night, and it was a little different. First of all, they have a sign saying that you're welcome to stay here. They have a donation box, and a gentleman in a wheelchair came wheeling down the road yesterday and handed me a guest book to sign. This was a very nice place.
This is a King's Cove. We arrived here and we're just decided to hike on this short trail. Then you can see the iceberg over there, very tiny, and also another one over there, very tiny too. The trail looks very pretty. See, that boat is gonna go see those icebergs. Here comes the fishing boat. We stay on the trail.
We were looking for the King's Cove Lighthouse, and all of a sudden, when we got into this little bit of a clearing on the trail, we looked up and there it is. Clear as day. King's Cove Lighthouse. I guess when it's up here this high, the lighthouse doesn't have to be as tall. Oh, that's one anxious dog that has no real interest in lighthouses. And there she is saying, "Can you open the door for me?" This is a bit of a hot, muggy day. I mean, for the area, it's relatively hot and muggy. But there's a very cold breeze coming off the ocean, so when you're right by the ocean shore, it's beautifully cool. Oh, it's so nice. And then there's the lighthouse.
We're back to King's Cove, the church. Look at this church, beautiful.
From King's Cove, we drove to Bonavista just in time to see icebergs by sunset.
We're gonna camp here facing those 3 icebergs here tonight.
The icebergs now all lined up in front of us. There's 3 of them. If I come back somewhere closer to sunset, they will be those drifted in different directions. There were 2 icebergs unfortunately got in each other's way. They're one in front of the other. We were trying to have icebergs at sunset. This is as close as it comes. So I woke up this morning and found this little one had moved in closer to shore. And then we found here where there were 2 icebergs. It looks like there's 4, but they're smaller. I was up in the middle of the night looking at it. Pretty sure that I was seeing it break apart. We were trying to make the bed, fold the bed up. Comforters rolled up, and Kaya squirmed out and put her head right on here to prevent us rolling it up because she finds this much more comfortable than the mattressing. Our little iceberg there is just floating away. I think it's almost grounded. It hardly moves now. This piece broke off at about 4 in the morning.
This was Kaya sit on the bed.
Kaya is extremely scared because these icebergs make little rumbling sounds as they start to break up, and they terrify her. Wow.
No, boy, all right?
Oh, cool. Thank you.
1,000 years iceberg. Here's the local. They just knock on the van and say, give us 1,000 years iceberg.
Hey, are you drinking thousands or millions? Well,
He
thousands
says
anyway.
1,000.
Thousands of years old. That's very old water, Kaya. They make beer out of it if you go to the right brewery. This one is getting ready to break apart. Whoops. Oh. Yep. He's got a crack in him. There.
It broke.
There you go. And finally exposed after thousands of years to have a dog lick it.
How do it taste like?
Not very good. It tastes like it's got a lot of fine silt in it. I guess it's stale after 1,000 years. Well, Kaya's tasted it twice, and she doesn't seem to like it that much either. All down that shore, you can see little white specks, and they're not waves, they're not whitecaps. We have a dog that is scared stiff of the breaking off of pieces. Anyway, there's little pieces of iceberg littering the bay. Here we have the historic site. It's where John Cabot statue's up there. 1497, thereabouts. Discovered North America. Not that the Vikings hadn't stumbled across it at about 1000-ish, but they apparently just didn't get things going. So he did it, and he did it here. And he got off the boat and he yelled, "Bonavista!" And so this is how it got its name. He was Italian. So that is the municipal park where people can camp overnight up to 3 days if they make a donation online. So we're doing this trail near the John Cabot statue. We came across this cute little pond high above the sea. Jenny was saying it's so full it looks like it's overflowing. So I'm thinking there must be some leak over in one corner at the edge.
So I walk around the lake, and every corner there's no leakage.
It's just one piece of the lake. Looks like very full. We walked to Bonavista Cove lighthouse, and there's a tour bus just arrived.
In 1843, so we have it restored to the 1870s. First lightkeeper in our lightkeeper den was Jeremiah White. So he would have lived there with his son Nicholas, who was the assistant keeper as well as Nicholas's family. So there's 8 people in the house back then.
Wow. In these little rooms.
In these little rooms, yeah. So our room itself, this is our kitchen.
Workshop.
Oh, you find your workshop?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Look at the sleigh up top and the rafters. If you don't even have a road into town, if you're stranded out here in the lighthouse, why do you have to have a dress like that?
Well, they have their occasions.
Oh, okay.
Somebody get married, Christmas time.
It would be used to keep weather reports. You had to take a weather report every 2 hours of daytime.
Oh, okay.
Additionally, those flags are used for communicating with ships.
Oh, yeah, I was reading about that downstairs.
And the glass tubes are actually for coloring the light. The lighthouses act as identifier beacons.
Mm-hmm.
The timing and the colors of the pattern of the lights you saw told you which lighthouse you were at. So the ship could use its own maps to navigate using the lighthouse as a waypoint. They just needed to know which.
They just needed it to identify itself, so they knew which one it was.
And homeschooling.
Oh,
Yeah, a teacher said I'll be with you up in the tower in just a minute.
But the heat was coming from here, they went through here, so this was never lit. This was just
That's a coal fireplace.
Okay.
That one's coming from downstairs.
Yeah, it was coming in.
Children's bedroom. 2 boys in the larger bed, and a girl in the smaller one. And whenever you're ready, I can bring you up to the tower. This light was built back in 1816 in Scotland, Isle of May. It was built by the famous lighthouse engineer Robert Stevenson. The name is familiar because Robert Louis Stevenson's grandfather.
Oh.
Plus, there were probably 100 Robert Stevensons who were engineers. Yeah. Burned all night too. Use a slow burning wick.
So they had to like climb up here and light them with a match.
I think they would light it that way. Right, and Robert Stevenson was its engineer before it was
So
transported.
this was the pulley that's downstairs that they had to pull the...
Over here, that's where the crank goes. It's already been cranked, so I'll just activate the flywheel. That thing they told you about inertia at high school, that's how it works. Once you put the flywheel and start to relieve some of the force holding it up, you'll start to pull it down. Like I said, demonstrators, the lighthouse acts as an identifying beacon. It tells you where. Well, lighthouses have been around for ages. People would just build a huge pillar, set a fire on the top, and that would act as a warning that there was coast there. However, there were problems with pirates building bogus lighthouses. The pirates would set up a fake lighthouse to drive the ships into shoals where they could raid, or just have the ship run itself aground and have the hard part taken care of.
Oh, put the lighthouse too far inland.
Exactly. So the ships would run themselves aground.
Right.
And someone got the idea that they could put the lights on complex mechanisms that would cause them to spin, creating a blinking pattern. That way ships would know that only a blinking lighthouse was real. And then someone else realized that if they're blinking, you could use certain mechanisms such as governor wheels to control the timing of the blinking, or even put glass tubes over to color the lights so you could make complex codes. That way the ships could not only tell that there were rocks, but they could tell which rocks they were.
This is the living room. Wait. Why?
Oh!
Another one?
Grace parked up there on a pile of rocks again. Jenny's just going through the part you can walk on at low tide. The tide's coming in.
That's a speaker that was connected to his pipe organ.
Oh.
So I was told he would open the windows and play his organ so everybody could hear him play.
Wow, for sure.
Yeah, he's very musical, the organ, piano, and the cello. And in that large photo above the fireplace, they were engraving the coat of arms into the Peace Tower in Ottawa. And that photo was taken the day after Confederation was signed, March 31st, 1949. Bonavista, but then on the top is the Newfoundland coat of arms. Stained glass window that was made by a man in Montreal for Mr. Bradley, just for this room. It shows the Matthew, the John Cabot ship.
Wow.
So they cut it in 4 pieces and shipped it here by the train.
Oh,
So they got it delivered to his door.
Yeah.
Just like a courier would do.
Yeah.
The home is set inside till up to 1939. Okay, they were living in St. John's, Mr. Bradley and his wife and 2 sons, and she inherited this home from her parents.
Oh,
Okay, they were codfish merchants, and
Look at this piece of furniture.
so being a plantation.
But they also had all their own vegetable gardens
Oh, okay.
and all their own livestock as well.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, and
They were self-sufficient with the vegetables and livestock
As well.
to feed the people that lived
Yeah.
here and the business.
yeah,
And
and
then the
people could
fish was the
trade.
profit.
Yeah, and because everyone lived on what you call like a barter system,
Right.
trade system.
Oh, okay.
So fishermen basically traded in their fish, and in return, they would get supplies in return.
We're here on Cape Bonavista, here on this pasture by the ocean. And sure enough, there's cattle pasturing over there.
This is raining. They said it's just 40% chance of rain. This is a huge rain. And it's cold too. Did you hear that? Raining. You hear that wind? And that waves. Holy smokes. In Ontario, this is called storm. That's mad. Don't know why. Yeah. See, I point my camera at her and then she stopped.
She knows she'll appear on TV at some point for her to watch herself. Oh, look how angry our campsite looks. The interesting thing is though, The other side of our campsite has friends.
It's very windy and cold outside. Kaya has to pee. Oh, there you go. She peed. And she's coming back. She doesn't like the cold.
Before leaving Bonavista, we decided we needed to come down and recheck. Okay, so there's a whole lot of iceberg garbage there, and that's where you go down and grab yourself take back. So then there's that little one that had broken off. That one there is actually 2 icebergs beside each other. They've been there for days. This flat piece broke off a while ago. There used to be another flat piece over there, and I guess that's what broke up. When you look at that iceberg, and you look at that green bit at the base on the right-hand side, that tells me that there's a lot of ice way out wider than the iceberg, just below the surface of the water. So the sun's reflecting on that, and reflecting off that, and reflecting on the underside of that surface just above the water.
Turn left to walk until and then turn right.